connecting you. This is Iowa's News Now at 5.
A soft opening of the library for Marion on or before November 15th.
Big developments for Uptown Marion tonight, a decision on major upgrades for the Central Plaza. And we're getting an idea of when the new library could open.
I did not sign the letter for the easement. I did not sign anything. I knew that I was going to fight this.
And an Iowa woman's fight for her family's farm, why she's suing and being sued. But we begin with the latest developments tonight as the fate of an Iowa man who chased after a Capitol police officer during the January 6th insurrection is now in the hands of a jury. Closing arguments were delivered this morning in Doug Jensen's trial. Jensen was seen in video leading a mob through the Capitol, chasing police officer Eugene Goodman. Several officers testified about Jensen's actions that day, telling a jury he told the police they should arrest Mike Pence. When the verdict comes in, we'll let you know on air and online at iowasnewsnow.com. And trial is now underway for a woman accused of murdering her fiancé in 2020. Prosecutors say Jacqueline Holmes stabbed Tremaine Williams in an apartment complex in South Cedar Rapids. The case ended in a mistrial earlier this year. As after concerns the jury could have tainted, one potential juror says they knew Holmes and may have influenced other potential jurors. Holmes says she was abused by Williams and that she killed him in self-defense. Prosecutors argue she called 911 at least 7 times after he was stabbed and hung up to delay help. And Cedar Rapids police capture a man that sped away from a traffic stop with a woman and 4 kids in tow. 33-year-old Andrew Corbett was pulled over in the 900 block of 15th Avenue Southwest yesterday. Officers say Corbett took off before they reached his window. Eventually, the chase ended and Corbett was taken into custody. He's now charged with 4 counts of child endangerment and several other traffic charges. A federal judge sentences an Arizona woman to 6 years in prison for using a cutting torch to damage the Dakota Access Pipeline, then set fire to the equipment in 3 Iowa counties in 2016 and 2017. The judge also ordered 32-year-old Ruby Montoya to pay nearly $3.2 million in restitution. That's along with Jessica Resnick, the woman who helped her do it. Montoya pleaded guilty to conspiracy to the damage of the energy facility. She admitted to helping Resnick and other damages to the pipeline in several locations in Iowa. And here's an update out of downtown Cedar Rapids, where a massive new mural honoring RAGBRAI is finally complete. It spans the side of the 2-story high Hall Bicycle Company that's located at 419 2nd Ave. The artist, Sarah, is a Chicagoland area-based mural artist whose works has been exhibited in Milwaukee, Chicago, Baltimore, New York, Philadelphia, and Seoul, South Korea, and now Cedar Rapids. Let's get a live look now at Soul and Blues Fest in Iowa City. It runs until 9. The festival celebrates local and global soul and blues musicians. Formerly known as the Iowa Soul Festival, it will continue tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. There will be a few road closures. Clinton Street from Jefferson to Washington Streets and Iowa Avenue from Clinton to Dubuque Streets, those all will be closed. A lot of events happening this weekend, but we are getting some much needed rain today. Weather First meteorologist Nick Stewart is here. Nick, how long is this rain going to put a damper on things?
Well, for now, we have some light showers still moving through eastern Iowa, the heaviest of which now exiting to portions of northwest Illinois and southwestern Wisconsin. This will be the beginning of some dry weather making its way into the area as we head into your forecast for tomorrow. A lot of sunshine, warm temperatures, beautiful weather to roll into the weekend, but we're tracking some 30s. We'll show you when those 30-degree lows arrive in your full weather first forecast in a few minutes.
Oof. Thanks, Nick. New scam alert tonight, just weeks out from the midterm elections. Iowa Secretary of State Paul Pate warning Iowans about fraudsters targeting your vote. From a Mahaska County voter requested an absentee ballot, they got a call from an out-of-state number telling him that he could register his ballot over the phone and no need to return it to the county auditor. Obviously, that's not true. Now, the sheriff's office there is investigating the incident. It's a good reminder not to fall for disinformation and turn to trusted sources for your election information. And decades after serving his country, a Cedar Rapids veteran received his Purple Heart. Vietnam vet David Clark received his Purple Heart this morning from Senator Chuck Grassley. Clark worked with Senator Grassley's office for help to officially document his wound in combat, qualifying him for receiving the Purple Heart.
Very humbling to see everybody here. There's people from my neighborhood, there's people from my church, there's friends that I know from working with over the years, Freedom Foundation people, Freedom from the Vet Center. And the Freedom Foundation here is a tremendous host. It's a great place to do this.
Clark also received the Valerius Unit Award and Vietnam Service Medal with 3 Bronze Service Stars that were all presented by Grassley.
We have worked hard to pay for our land, and I'm fighting against eminent domain for private gain.
An Iowa woman fighting to keep carbon pipeline surveyors off her family farm, while she's meeting the company's new legal action with a lawsuit of her own. That's after the break.